Good freezing morning, Hit Nation, folks, cats, and everything in between and beyond. My name is Royd, host of My Happenings. My Worthless Half a Penny Part 50 dropped a couple days ago. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm still the only host in the history of the internet who fully and wholeheartedly admits that he has no idea what's going on, but he keeps trying. Of course, this is about the loss that I consider to be the most humiliating loss of the season. Not because we were blown out, although we kind of were. There was an effort there at the end, but you. The interesting part about that effort at the end is that we had like 2 or 3 minutes in which no team was able to score. But notably, when they didn't score, we had 3, 4 trips that we could have made, 6, 8 points, and that would have put us pretty much, with that dramatic closing of the game, which, it all depends. Just the strength of showing a comeback shows that the young roster, those people who are there, who want to play because this is their future, or because they are the future of this franchise in one way or another, they showed still grit at the end, amid a very uncomfortable situation. So there are a couple of things to mention. So obviously, this is a loss that I was, it broke my heart because it seems like it's kind of like an fu from Jimmy Butler. Um, Again, right? You can look at the stats and say, he had, I think, 8 assists, 2 rebounds, didn't have any steals, didn't have any blocks. He did defend well. He did go, a couple times to the rim, but nothing important. Instead of him playing, it could be somebody else that actually has energy and wants to be there. Um, he left the game earlier, and there was a moment in which it was clear that he was looking at Kaseya Center and kind of taking it all in. Right, that's the video that I saw. I don't remember where I saw it, but this morning. And it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. Jimmy Butler was a very important player for the Miami Heat. And I have a theory that I came up with. Jimmy Butler's behavior has repeated itself throughout every organization that he's been with right now. Now, it's happening with the Miami Heat. And I can't help but connect that to his childhood situation. And I'm not a psychologist. I don't intend that I can know what's going on in his mind. But the idea that you ruin the relationship before somebody else ruins it for you, the fear of commitment, the inability to commit long term, those are all things that come from fear of rejection and abandonment, which Butler suffered. I don't think that anyone in the league has such a clear story of, not being wanted and growing up in a family that is probably the extreme opposite of the family that he came from. And even though he was raised well, and I think that he has great values and work ethic, in when he wants to, when he's engaged, he also has a privilege, and that privilege allows him to never really leap out of that complex that he has, because he has the privilege of being in the NBA and being a player in the NBA that is not discardable. Can't discard of Jimmy Butler. You understand his greatness. You understand playoff Jimmy is a real thing. So Jimmy Butler is not going to be out of contract. If he opted, to do things in a different way and test free agency, he may not have gotten the money that he wanted, but he would have gotten paid, and it would have gotten paid enough so that he will still have money and his kids will still have money for the rest of their lives without having to work a day in their lives. So his privilege allows him to break relationships up before relationships are broken up by other people. The truth is, the Miami Heat relationship with Jimmy Butler soured for two reasons, right? Mainly for two reasons. Reason number one, Jimmy Butler did not play well, or not play good minutes, let's say, did not play good games. It didn't play enough games and didn't affect our outcome last season, and we ended up in the play in the first place. We lost the first game against the Hawks. We won the second game against Philadelphia, but then we got injured. And yeah, that's number one, right? Playoff Jimmy can only be activated if playoff Jimmy plays. And last season, his effort showed that it's not guaranteed that we're going to get to the playoffs, much less play round one with a healthy Butler. And number two, because of his constant antics and trolling and saying things that he shouldn't be saying, I don't think he said anything serious when he said that he would have been in Celtics and he wouldn't certainly been the Knicks. The Knicks, had he been playing, I think he was in a private context. It was leaked, and then Pat Riley overreacted, in my opinion. But at the same time, we hear, again, sources. I hear people say, I hate to be that sort of politician that says things like that. They say that Jimmy Butler has had the most latitude of any other player in the Miami Heat. The only thing that I can say is the move yesterday with Phoenix seems to be a precursor, just like certain moves made by the Cavs were a precursor in 2014 to LeBron coming back to Cleveland, as the people in 5 Reasons Sports say. But yesterday, when we saw the notification that Phoenix was doing those trades, me, Josh Howard, Alex Eisenberg, Sheree Hardy, Beverly Roach, all of our good folks in the Miami Heat, new, not so new, and veteran fans group, please join us there. They all said the same thing. This means that this is Jimmy Butler being traded soon. And the way that he looked at the arena yesterday, there was one thing. He seems aloof. He seems disconnected. He seems disconnected to players that he used to be very close with. For example, Bam Adebayo. He seems disconnected. The conversation seemed to be very transactional when they're in court. His facial expression doesn't change. But there was one moment in which he looked around Kaseya Center, a half smirk on his face. And I know that look, because I've been there before. And that is a person taking in, this is the last time that I'm here as a Miami Heat player. I don't think I'm going to even look silly if he comes back and plays on Monday. Monday, I'm going to the game. I'm going to watch the shooter out before the game. And as much as it hurts, because trust me, it hurts. I know it seems silly to feel this pain. But as much as it hurts, I hope that I don't see Jimmy Butler there. And it hurts because I wanted Jimmy Butler to be special. I thought Jimmy Butler was special for us. But unfortunately, I'm not wrong. There are mental health issues there, one way or another. And to me, this idea that of rejection and abandonment plays a big role in it, to me, that's something that, unless I learn otherwise, I'm probably going to go to my grave thinking that that's the case. Sucks to say this, people. Try to understand this. I'm a huge fan of Jimmy Butler. It sucks to say this, but we cannot have them with our team anymore. He needs to get out of our house and needs to go do his own stuff. I don't know what I wish him right now. I'm angry. I'm sad. I'm disappointed. But honestly, imagine that I had fear of abandonment and I had the ability of saying, I don't want to be in this relationship anymore, in this work relationship anymore. I just want to get out of here. And then I just do my antics and get out of there because I have enough money that I don't have to work a day in my life. I would do it. I would do it. I would do it because I know how it hurts. I know how those complexes, those anxieties, those neurological abnormalities work. Anomalies work. So that's it. Hope we don't see Jimmy Butler with the Miami Heat anymore. Hope he goes to his destination. Hope we get something good in return. Hope that we can, even if we can't salvage this season, hope that we can salvage this young core of players. Stay safe, stay dry, stay as happy as possible in this very complicated world of ours. Let's go Heat.